श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्र मरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। So let us chant from 42 onwards. Sankaro narakayaiva
Sankaro narakayaiva
kulagnanam kulasya cha
Lagnanam kulasya cha
patanti pitaro hyesham
Patanti pitaro kresham
lupta pindodaka kriyaha
Tapindodaka kriyaha
doshairetai kulagnanam
Doshairetai kulagnanam
varna sankara karakaihi
Varna sankara karakai
उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्माः
उत्स्याद्यन्ते जाति धर्माः
कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः
कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः
उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां
उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां
मनुष्याणां जनार्दन
मनुष्याणां जनार्दन
नरके नियतं वासः
नरके नियतं वासः
भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा
भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा
अहो बत महत् पापम्
अहो बत महत् पापम्
कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयम्
कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयम्
यद्राज्य सुखलोभेन
यद्राज्य सुखलोभेन
हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यताः
हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यताः
यदि माम प्रतीकारम
यदि प्रतीकारम्
अशस्त्रम शस्त्रपाणयः
अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः
धार्तराष्ट्रा रणे हन्युः
धार्तराष्ट्रा रणे
हन्युः
हन्युः
तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्
तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्.
Okay. So we began to see how Arjuna's emotions really seized him, and he was seized by compassion, and but he was also seized by aviveka, moha, delusion, and so all along he was ready to fight the war. And now when he sees relatives, close ones in front of him, his mind changes. His mind changes completely. So we saw that Swajanam, so he sees all his people and he says, how can I fight my own people? That is how he is, his position is right now. And in 45, he says that a great tragedy has fallen us. And how did I come to be in a position like this? Like that, he mentions aho bata. He says that mahat papam kartu. We are here to commit a grave. I don't know if you can even use the word crime. We are going to commit a big tragedy here, and from which there will be no escape from us. Like that, he has said. So now let's read number 46. So there is some noise coming from somewhere. So him, you may want to mute if you hear things like that. Okay, so go ahead, Prasad. Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah
धार्तराष्ट्राः
rane hanyuhu
तन्मे
क्षेमतरं भवेत्. Yeah. So you can remain unmuted, Prasad. So I'm unmuting a couple of more of you. Deepa, Mahesh, so I can get some feedback. Okay. So verse number 46. So here he is going to make a statement which continues to amaze us, and we can't say it shocks Krishna, but it has a potential to shock people. So we will see what he says. And he is saying that it is better if I get killed. That is what he says in this shloka. It is better if I get killed. So where he started from and where he ended up, that is the way we should look at this. And so let's see this. So the verb, there is one verb here. It's called hanyuhu. The second line, hanyuhu. So hanyuhu, if they were to kill, they were to kill. Yadi hanyuhu. Yadi hanyu. If they were to kill, who were to kill? DhritarAshTraha. If DhritarAshTraha, if the sons of DhritarAshTra, if they were to kill, and what kind of DhritarAshTraha? Shastrapanaya. Shastrapanaya. So pani means hand. Pani. No, Chakrapani. We've heard of Chakrapani. Chakrapani, one who has chakra in his hand is called Chakrapani. So Vishnu is called Chakrapani. Then we have this Kodandapani. One who has the bow called Kodanda. Who is none other than Rama. Because Rama is the one. Rama's bow is called Kodanda. Kodandapanihi. Dandapanihi. Danda. So Danda here refers to a stick, or it can refer to a spear. And this Subramanya Swami, Muruga, has, Kartikeya is always shown with a spear in his hand. So Dandapani refers to that Subramanya Swami. So like that here, Shastrapani, plural, Shastrapanayaha. So these DhritarAshtras, who are all armed to their teeth, they are all having weapons in their hands. They are not coming here to say hi, when we send off people in the railway station or airport, we say hi, bye and all that. So our hands are like this. They are not come to say hello and all that, namaste. All these things they are not going to say. They are all Shastrapanayaha. Okay. DhritarAshTraha Shastrapanayaha Yadi Hanyu, if they were to kill. If they were to kill whom? Mam. Yadi Mam. Me. If they were to kill me. And what kind of me? Ashastram. Look at that third or fourth word in the first line. Ashastram. It appears like Shastram, but it is actually Ashastram. Because the words should be split like this. Yadi Mam Apratikaram Ashastram. That is the way to split it. So non-Sanskrit students, some of the Sanskrit students, they know how to do this. So Mam, Yadi Mam, me, what kind of me? Ashastram, one who has no weapons in his hands, in her hands, is called Ashastram. Ashastraha, Ashastram. Then Apratikaram. So maybe I may have no weapons, but I will pick up weapons when I'm ready. So he says, Apratikaram. Somebody who does not retaliate. Somebody who does not retaliate. Arjuna is very clear. I am somebody who has no weapons and no intention of picking up weapons also. No intention of defending oneself. So that kind of me, the one, these DhritarAshtras, if they were to kill this me who is unarmed, who is not going to retaliate, okay, then what? Yadi means if. Then if there is an if, there must be a then, right? So that word then is missing in this second line. You can say tarhi, you can add within brackets, after hanyuhu. Tan me kshemataram bhavet. Tan me kshemataram bhavet. That is all then. Then tan me kshemataram bhavet. Okay. That kshemataram bhavet, it would be better. Kshemataram, better for me. Tan me. Tad me kshemataram bhavet. That would be better for me, he says. That would be better for me. Look at that. He says, I am ready to die. So I think Krishna has been patient all along. He has not uttered a single word. And he must be thinking, what's wrong with Arjuna? And you brought me as the charioteer and all that. And I said, wow, that's nice. And then you chose me instead of my army. All that. You seem to have made some very important decisions. And now the decision you're making is unlike Arjuna, is unlike anything I knew of you. Like that he must be thinking. And so Arjuna was unarmed. He was not disarmed, but he is unarmed right now. And he is concluding that being killed would be better. So how do we translate this? Tanme kshemataram bhavet. It would be better for me. Okay. DhritarAshTra yadi DhritarAshTraha shastrapanayaha. If the sons of DhritarAshTra with weapons in hand hanyuhu, mam hanyuhu, were to kill me. Okay, were to kill me. Ashastram apratikaram, who is unarmed and who does not retaliate. And then one more word is there, rane, in the battle. It will be better for me if the sons of DhritarAshTra with weapons in hand were to kill me, who is unarmed and who does not retaliate in the battle. Pretty straightforward in terms of understanding the shloka. So now let's see verse number 47. This is the last verse of this chapter. Okay. So, yeah, Mahesh. So if Prasad and Deepa can mute themselves. Sanjaya uvacha.
Sanjaya uvacha.
Eva muktva.
Eva muktva.
Arjuna sankhye.
Arjuna sankhye.
Rathopasthe.
Rathopasthe.
So there it says Rathopastha, and that is due to Sandhi. The Upasthe has become Upastha. Rathopasthe.
Rathopasthe.
Upavishat.
Upavishat.
Visrujya.
Visrajya.
Sasharam chapam.
Sasharam chapam.
Shoka samvigna.
Shoka samvigna.
Manasaha.
Manasaha.
Sanjaya uvacha.
Sanjaya uvacha.
Eva muktva Arjuna sankhye.
Eva muktvarjuna sankhye.
Rathopastha upavishat.
Rathopastha upavishat.
Visrujya sasharam chapam.
Visrajya sasharam chapam.
Shoka samvigna manasaha.
Shoka samvigna manasaha.
Yeah. So, Sanjaya uvacha. So now Vyasa is reminding us that it is Sanjaya who is relating all of this to DhritarAshTra. And in fact, Vyasa is the one who is writing all this. And so chapter ends like that. Sanjaya uvacha. Okay, so let's see what he says. So here again Arjuna. So eva muktva Arjuna upavishat. Arjuna upavishat. Arjuna sat down. Arjuna sat down. And eva muktva, having said like this to Krishna, like this means everything that he said so far. And Krishna was patiently listening, and starting from Starting from what? Starting, hey Krishna, Ratham Sthapaya Mechyuta. Remember, he said that. Place my chariot. So, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. So, from there, he started talking constantly. And until this point, Yadi Mam Apratikaram Ashastrapanayah DhritarAshTra. And then Ashastram Shastrapanayah DhritarAshTra Rane Hanyuhu. All that. Until that, Eva Muktva, he sat down. He sat down. Rathopaste. Where did he sit down? Ratha asane. Ratha asane. So the seat of the chariot. In the back side of the chariot, there is a seat. You can sit down. So I would imagine, there is always a seat there. So perhaps they have some lunch bags and things like that. So they won't have lunch bags. It may not be enough. But still, there must be some water and things like that. So periodically, have to take care of the body. So there is a seat and he sat there. Rathopaste upavishat. Saptami. Rathopaste. And Sankhye. In the chariot, in the battlefield, in that Sankhye. So saying that he didn't move anywhere. He was just sitting right there where Krishna placed the chariot. Then what did you do? Visrijya Sasharam Chapam Shoka Samvigna Manasa. How did he sit? Visrijya. Yeah. Letting go, casting off, keeping aside this chapam, this bow, chapa, bow, and Sasharam chapam, Sasharam, and along with all the arrows. So he must have had the arrows in the back, in that quiver, all the arrows are there, and he kept all those things aside, Visrijya. And what kind of mind he had? Shoka Samvigna Manasaha. Shoka Samvigna Manasaha. So, a mind that is overcome, seized by shoka, sadness. So previously compassion, kripaya, remember, kripaya paraya vishtaha. Now it is shoka samvigna manasaha. He is sad. And sadness here shows that he is confused. Because if he was clear, there wouldn't be shoka. Clarity generally will not bring that much sadness. There may be some sadness if we are clear about the situations. But here, this person is seized by sadness. And so here, shoka samvigna manasaha. So, even though he decided, I am not going to fight, it is better for me to die, etc., he did not choose to run away from the battlefield. This running away is not it looks like this Arjuna still had that kshatriyatvam in him. Despite all this wrong thinking, he still sat there, indicating that Arjuna recognizes that there is something wrong in the way I am thinking. I am confused. Okay, earlier he said also, right? I am confused. Brahmati iva me manaha, he said. So my mind is just roaming all over. I don't know. He accepted that. So therefore, sat down, indicating that he is ready to hear Krishna's advice if he had any. That is the indication. So he sat down, did not run away. And Swamiji would joke here. He would say, Rishikesh is not far away from Kurukshetra. And that too, for a Kshatriya on a horseback those days, it's nothing. It's a joyful ride. And Arjuna being exposed to our Hindu dharma. And this idea of settling down in Rishikesh was always there. People would just give up after they are 50 or 60 or whatever, and then say goodbye to the family and walk away to Rishikesh. Walk away to the Himalayas. They will say, I'm going to Kashi, Tata, bye-bye. And then walk away. So that's how it was. The family systems were like that. Because sannyasa, this ashrama dharma is like that. Brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. So all of us are supposed to be sannyasis by the time we, become seniors. That's the dharma at that time. And so, at least sannyasis by way of, maturity and thinking. So Swamiji would say, oh, Arjuna could have gone to Kurukshetra. I mean, from Kurukshetra to the Himalayas, not far away. Yet he did not choose to do that. And he waited, he sat down, implying that he was ready for Krishna to say something. So, translating this shloka, Evam uktva, Sanjaya vacha, Sanjaya said, Evam uktva, having spoken in this manner, Sankhye, in the middle of the battlefield. Okay, in the middle of the battlefield. The middle you can put in brackets because that was Eva Muktva. So Senayor Ubayor Madhye. So that is still there here. So in the middle of the battlefield, Arjuna, who is Shoka Samvigna Manasaha, whose mind was completely overcome by sorrow. Rathopasthe upavishat, Rathopastha upavishat, sat down on the seat of the chariot. Chapam sasharam visrijya, casting aside his bow and arrows. Okay, having spoken in this manner, in the middle of the battlefield, Arjuna, whose mind was completely overcome by sorrow, sat down on the seat of the chariot, casting aside his bow and arrows. Okay, that pretty much completes the first chapter of the Gita. Now, traditionally, there is something called a Poorti Vaakyam, a concluding sentence that is added to these chapters. And sometimes people ask the question, did Vyasa write chapter wise? First Pratamodhyayaha, DhritarAshTra uvacha, etc. Say, Mamaka Pandavas chaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. Did he write like that? Chapter 1 and then ending chapter 1 and Dvitiyodhyayaha like that. So I don't think so. I think Vyasa must have just written as it came, and based on the content of the verses, I think some of our Purvajas, our elders, must have separated it chapter by chapter. Okay, so here the end of the chapter is indicated like this. So we are going to chant this now. So let's Venkatramanji. Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat.
Iti. Shrimat. Bhagavadgitasu. Upanishatsu. Brahma Vidyayam. Yoga Shastre. Shri Krishna Arjuna. Samvade. Arjuna-vishAda-yoga. Nama. Pratamodhyayaha. Om Tat Sat. Iti Srimad Bhagavadgitasu.
Gitasu
Upanishatsu
Upanishatsu
Brahma Vidyayam
Brahma Vidyayam
Yoga Shastre
Yoga Shastre
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade
arjuna-vishada-yoga nama
Arjuna-vishada-yoga nama
prathamodhyayah.
Prathamodhyayah.
Yeah. So it basically, this line says, thus completes the first chapter and gives a little more detail about what that chapter has, etc. So first line is Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. And then full stop after that. Om Tat Sat. Om is a name for Brahman. Om is a name for Brahman. So when we say Om, we refer to Brahman. So because Brahman, all pervasive, it refers to the entire world in some contexts, etc. So Om refers to Brahman. Om Tat Sat. Okay. So there, that Tat here means that Brahman is Sat, is the only reality. Om Brahman is the only reality. Means what? After everything is said and done, after all the talk and everything, finally, whatever there is Brahman. Whatever there is there in this world is Brahman. I am also Brahman. The entire world that I am looking at is also Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Om Tat Sat. It's a very auspicious way to end something. So generally, when the class is over, Swamiji would say Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Like that they will say. When a discussion is over, Om Tat Sat. Like that they will say. So that's a tradition. Okay. Then what? So here there is no verb in this sentence. A verb is understood. Iti samaptah. You can add within brackets at the end of the sentence. You can say samaptah. So is complete, completed. Like that you can add. So iti prathamodhyayah samaptah. Thus ends the first chapter. Prathamodhyayah. Adhyayah means chapter. Prathamaha, first. Prathamaha adhyayah samaptah. So thus ends the first chapter. And what is the name of the first chapter? He is given here. Nama. Nama means name. Look at that. Nama, name. Name is almost identical to the Sanskrit Nama. And what is the name? Arjuna-vishada-yoga. So if you chant it together, it will be arjuna-vishada-yoga nama. Yoga. So then the title, the name is Arjuna-vishada-yoga. The chapter titled Arjuna-vishada-yoga is completed. Ends. Okay. Then where is this chapter? Bhagavadgita Su. Bhagavadgita Su means in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita Yam would be singular. Bhagavad Gita Su would be the plural form of Bhagavad Gita. And it's looked at as many verses, many chapters. So written in plural, Bhagavad Gita Su. And Upanishatsu. In the Upanishad called Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So here we need to make some comments. The topic of Bhagavad Gita, what is it if we ask? it is mentioned here, Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. So the topic being Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. So Brahma Vidya, what is Brahma Vidya? Very unique phrase that only refers to one thing. It is the Vidya of Brahman. It is the knowledge of Brahman. Brahma Vidya. So if the only reality is Brahman, then why should I not know that reality? And we have discussed this before, that this seeking that the human being is pursuing is a result of ignorance, is a result of not knowing one's true nature. And so knowing that true nature becomes Brahma Vidya. And that Brahma Vidya, which removes all shoka, is what we said in the introduction. So that Brahma Vidya becomes the main topic of the Bhagavad Gita. But then, and so that Brahma Vidya is also the topic of Upanishads. Brahma Vidya gains its teaching from the Upanishads. The Upanishads were written before. If at all we can use the word written, we don't say. It's very unusual. You come to India and ask, and who wrote the Vedas? These kinds of questions we don't ask, because traditionally we've heard that Apaurusheyam, it is not written by any human being, and it is Ishwaroptam. It is all words of Ishvara that came to us many long ago. We can't even put a historical date on that. So Upanishads came first, then the Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata came after Ramayana and after the Vedas. So Ramayana came after the Vedas. How do you know that? If you ask, very obvious, because there is this Dasharatha did Putra Kameshti Yaga. Putra Kameshti Yaga, all Vashishta, everybody is sitting, Vishwamitra are all there, and all Yaga is going on. Yaga, where did it come from? It all came from the Vedas only. And so we can guess that Rama himself was born into Sanatana Dharma. And so the Upanishads has the Brahma Vidya in it, and the Gita is giving the same message, a little bit more elaborate. And so Brahma Vidyayam. Then Yoga Shastre, another word is added here. So the Bhagavad Gita is unique in that, in addition to talking about Brahma Vidya, which Krishna is going to start off right away in the second chapter, Krishna will also talk about what are the means. Okay, I want to pursue this. How can I equip myself? What else do I have to do in order that I can understand this? This is very fascinating. And this is what our ancestors have been talking about. And this is what all these Europeans have come and they have studied. And Max Miller talks about it, and all the Ralph Waldo Emerson talks about it. And everybody talked about it. Oh my God, how can I not know this? Just because they talked about it, that's not a reason. But hey, this is my tradition. Yesterday I was talking to somebody, and she says, my grandfather was almost a sannyasi, and his guru was kind of considering giving him a sannyasa, like that she mentioned. So that sannyasa is there, and that Brahma Vidya is there as part of our tradition. And so we ask the question, okay, this is fascinating. What should I do? If we say, then this karma yoga, bhakti yoga, all these words will start appearing. And so that karma yoga, in one word, yoga shastra means karma yoga shastra. If you collapse all the yoga means discipline. Here, yoga shastra, the word yoga, in the word yoga shastra refers to discipline. the text of disciplines, Karma Yoga. That is the meaning of Yoga Shastra. Okay. So we will cover all that chapter by chapter. You see, Karma Yoga will be there, Bhakti Yoga will be there. And then of course this pursuit of knowledge itself is called as Jnana Yoga. So Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra can be rephrased as Jnana Yoga, Jnana Yoge and Karma Yoge. Like that we can say. And here there is another word called yoga. It's in that phrase arjuna-vishAda-yoga. Correct? So now there is a lot of confusion around this. Okay. Vishada means, you know what Vishada is? Vishada means, we said Shoka is sadness. Vishada is just complete grief, drowned in grief. So that kind of Arjuna who was drowned in grief, that seems to be the theme of this chapter. And Arjuna-vishada, sadness of Arjuna. Now the question is, what is the meaning of the word yoga here? Many people, they will say, this is also a discipline, you know. After all, yoga means discipline. We just said Yoga Shastra. Therefore, here also, the discipline of the sorrow of Arjuna. Like that they will say. Means what? Despair. You must drive yourself to despair. Only then you can understand the Shastra. It's a very catchy argument. And, you know, because everybody wants to, every teacher wants to say that you must, I want to test you, you know. I want to really know if you are prepared for this or not. They all like to say this. And so I want to see how much can you drive yourself to sorrow. I want to see that. Only then you can, only then the doors of BhagavadgitA will open to you. You know. So they will say like this. Hey, look, I was born in despair. My life has been despair. I've seen trauma after trauma in my life. And I've come here so I can hear something good. You're asking me to drive me to despair. What is this? This doesn't make sense. I'm already in despair. Don't you see me? And now you want me to prove to you that I'm in despair or what? So no, there is no discipline of despair and all that. This word yoga, after every chapter it comes. So Sankhya Yogo Nama, Dvitiyodhyayaha, Karma Yogo Nama, Tritiyodhyayaha. Like that it goes chapter after chapter. So there, our Ramaraya Kavi comes to our rescue. And Shankaracharya writes a commentary. And Shankaracharya assumes we know all this. He doesn't write anything. Then Ramaraya Kavi comes and he says, yoga here means Sangatihi. Yoga has many meanings. Yoga means Nirodha. Yoga word has many meanings. And there are many roots also in Sanskrit called Yuj. Comes from the root Yuj. And there are at least 3, if I remember right, there are at least 2 or 3 dhatus by that same Yuj. Okay. So one meaning is Nirodha. Nirodha means mastery, control. So mastery over something. So anything, mastery over any subject, mastery over just my own behavior. So I feel like saying something. I feel like saying you idiot. But then I say, no, it's not correct. I shouldn't say that. And so I have a mastery over my words. And I speak carefully so I don't hurt people. And I don't say more than what I should say, etc. So Nirodha. So I have that Nirodha. That's one meaning. Then means to achieve something. Upaya. Achieve something worldly. Then sadhana, a discipline to like dhyanam, like puja, like prarthana, like japa. All these are disciplines. And so all those disciplines are all called also yoga. Something that helps me build myself, develop myself, strengthen myself, improve myself is also called yoga. But here, Ramaraya Kavi says, Sangatihi. He says Sangatihi. Sangatihi means connection or title. Connection, topic. What is the topic? So the topic of arjuna-vishAda-yoga. That is what it means. It is not some kind of something you have to practice. Vishada-yoga, you have to. Arjuna's sorrow must be practiced. Because there are 18 chapters, so you have to practice 18 things, Very catchy, all these things are catchy. Because we don't know anything. We're coming to this not knowing Sanskrit, not knowing our scriptures, we don't know what Upanishad is, we don't know what Vedas is, nothing. So anything anybody says appears very beautiful to hear. Then we go after the class, we say, you know what? From tomorrow onwards, New Year resolution, I'm going to practice Arjuna's despair. So please don't practice Arjuna's despair and all that. So we're all fine and enough despair in life. And so topic of Arjuna's sorrow. Okay. Now, then where did this happen? Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. So you have to now recall some discussion we had. Some of you may have forgotten. So do you remember that now? Samvada. So we said there are 4 types of engagements, 4 types of dialogues between any 2 people. What are the 4 types? Vada, Jalpa, Vitanda, and Samvada. Okay, just a recap. So Vada means a dialogue between equals, among equals. When we discuss something, that is called Vada. There is a desire to know and desire to clarify, etc. So among equals, there is something called Vada. Then there is Jalpa, and Jalpa means a dialogue between people who are committed to their own beliefs and with no desire to know anything. Keep on saying that I am right. That kind of a thing is called Jalpa. No desire to know. No desire to know means there is nothing to talk about. Okay. Then Vitanda. Vitanda, if you recall, there is some undesirable emotions like jealousy and other things. So because I am jealous of you, whatever you say is wrong. Whatever you say is wrong. It's called Vitanda. So that Vitanda and Jalpa are not productive at all. We don't engage in that. And so the last one we said was Samvada. Samvada. So a dialogue between a teacher and a student is an example of a Samvada. And here he says Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Even though the teaching has not started, it's only going to start from the next chapter. Still, because the continuity is there, he's saying Krishna Arjuna Samvade. In the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, the type of dialogue called Samvada. Then what? Shrimat. You see, now I think you're beginning to appreciate how much how much Sanskrit is there in this. Every word is so pregnant with meaning. And so somebody asked in satsang, without studying Sanskrit, what happens if somebody teaches? What will happen? What will happen is we will not know the insights, and we will say, I mean, there will be a genuine desire to teach, no doubt. Nothing wrong with that. but we will have to rely on whatever they said, and we can't go beyond what we heard or what we read. And so that person is like tied around in a compound, and then within that teaching. So that's how it becomes. So the Srimat. Srimat means the one with Shri is called Srimat. That is the definition of Srimat. One with Shri. So Shri here means what? Wealth. Shri is wealth. Resources. Any type of resource is called Shri. And so the one with Shri, referring to Bhagavan, BhagavadgitA. BhagavadgitA, because Bhagavan is talking in Gita. Bhagavan is the one who spoke these verses. And so it's BhagavadgitA. And Srimat means what? The one with all the wealth. And that includes Vidya, Jnanam as one of the wealth that is needed, resource that is needed in our lives. So that Srimat. Okay. Talking about Srimat. So Vidya and Krishna being a teacher and playing the role of a guru in this Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, you don't think of all, when you think of teacher, you don't think of Krishna. And the playful, naughty Krishna cannot be a teacher. But he ended up becoming a teacher here, guru. So therefore, Shri Mat, that's why the word Shri Mat is used for Bhagavan, because he is a teacher. If you take Shri as Jnanam, and of course, Bhagavan, we reviewed this Bhaga, sixfold virtues. If you all recall, what is that? 6 aspects of Bhaga. And what did we say? Aishwaryasya samagrasya Viryam yashashas sriyaha jnana vairagyayoschaiva shannam bhaga itirana. So Aishwaryam, overlordship, and then samagrasya aishwaryasya, Viryam, shakti, power, and then yashas, fame, Shri, wealth, resources, and then Jnanam, knowledge, and then Vairagyam. Jnanam and Vairagyam. 6, dispassion. So these are the 6 attributes of Bhagavan. And so that Bhagavad, we have to recall those 6 attributes here, of which we can highlight knowledge, because here Shri Mat, because teaching is involved. And that Bhagavan is Ishvara. And hence the word, so when we say Shriman, in India we say Shri, Shri Chandrasekhar ji, Shri this, Shri that, like that we say Shri. We prefix the name with a Shri. So that Shri means this, Shri Mat. The one we are saying, Shri Mat means Ishvara. Srimati, Srimat, one who is endowed with Shri, means we are saying Bhagavan Chandrasekhara, Bhagavan Venkatramana, Bhagavati Anantalakshmi, like that we say. So how look at that our own philosophy appears in our culture. So one Anantalakshmi, who is no other than Bhagavati. That is the meaning of that statement. So here also, Shri Mat Bhagavad Gita Su, like that it says. And so, if we are to translate this sentence, how will it look like? Om Tat Sat. Om, Brahman is the only reality. Full stop. Iti Pratamodhyayaha Samaptaha. Thus ends the first chapter. Arjuna-vishAda-yoga nama, called arjuna-vishAda-yoga, which means having the topic of Arjuna-vishAda, Arjuna's sorrow, having the topic of Arjuna's sorrow. Bhagavad Gita Su, in the Bhagavad Gita, and then what? Sri Krishna-Arjuna Samvade, which is in the form of a dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Upanishatsu, which is the essence of the Upanishads. Of Brahma or Brahman and Yoga. Yoga means discipline. Any discipline required to equip myself for Brahma Vidya. That is the meaning. So this concludes the first chapter, and every chapter ends like this with an Om Tat Sat, etc. And so we saw that the first chapter started with DhritarAshTra Vacha. Okay, assuming you all can hear me now.
Yeah, but the video is still frozen.
Okay, so if you can hear me, that is fine. Let's go with that. If you can't hear me, let me know with a sign of your hand saying like this. So the first chapter started with DhritarAshTra Vacha, and we said DhritarAshTra is an implied prayer, and because it is our tradition to start all texts with a prayer, and here, and because Bhagavad Gita is part of a bigger text, DhritarAshTra is looked upon as an implied prayer. Then we saw in DhritarAshTra's question, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. He says, what are Pandavas and my people doing? So we saw this Mamakaha, DhritarAshTra betrayed the confidence in Dharma that was given to him. So we saw that DhritarAshTra betrayed the confidence given to him by Pandu, his own brother. We saw that. Then Duryodhana introduced his army to his Guru Dronacharya, even though Bhishma is the commander-in-chief. And then along the way, Duryodhana says, look at all these warriors. Which verse is that? Look at all these warriors. And they have come here. They have given up their lives. Takta jivitaha. So that comes in verse number 9. Anyecha bahavaha shuraha madarthe tyakta jivitaha. So there also, he seems to inadvertently comes out of his mouth. So these people are going to die, like that, he says. And then it goes, and then Arjuna introduces his army to Krishna. And then Krishna sees all his people, Swajanam hi katham hatva. How can we gain good in this life by killing our own people, he says. And in the end, he just drops his bow and arrow and says, I cannot fight this war. But at the same time, he recognizes that he is confused. And so he's waiting for Krishna to respond. We also learned from this that Krishna has been very patiently listening. And when somebody is in sorrow and somebody is expressing the sorrow, Vyasa is teaching us through Sanjaya that one should wait. One should not interrupt them, even if their thinking is wrong, even if they are confused. We allow them to speak their mind. So that's another thing we learn. And so this concludes the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which we started some weeks ago. So once again, my deepest namaskars to our acharyas and to our Swamiji for giving us this opportunity to start the Bhagavad Gita and even complete the first chapter. And we pray that we can continue like this with the second chapter in the next class. And And another thing I wanted to mention is, so some of you are signing off before we chant the finishing prayers, and we are going to chant, Purnamadaha, etc. And so I can understand, everybody's in a rush to leave, and there is morning work and things like that, nighttime work and all that. So, but my advice to you is, you can sign off after we chant the prayer. These prayers are very important. We need to be prayerful every day, and everything we have, everything good that's going on in our life is because we've prayed or somebody else has prayed for us. And so here also we start the class with a prayer, prarthana, because we are studying the Vedas here, and this kind of subject people are not going to even desire, even they can't, in this lifetime also many people can't get it. And so we recognize that sanctity, and we start the class with a prayer, and so that the ideas flow smoothly, so that whatever is being said is being understood properly. So many reasons why we are chanting this prayer. So we would like to be in the class until the final prayer is completed. If there is any reason where you have to leave at a particular time, I always try my best to finish at 7:30 Indian Standard Time, but sometimes it's not possible. I take some liberty sometimes. And so if that is not, you can't wait until then, I recommend you can always watch the video. There is no reason for you to, these days, you don't have to attend the live class, although there is a beauty to attending the class. So I just wanted to share that, so that, because what happens when I chant the final prayer, I see a couple of people signing off, because I hear these sounds even though my eyes are closed. And so that's why I'm telling you this. Okay, so we will conclude that now. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam kshobarahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayaah. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityor ma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Okay.